We need enlightenment, not punishment. This is a quote from the movie The Book of Clarence. Clarence said those words while he was nailed to a cross. Besides him, there was another guy nailed to a cross. This guy is the one that truly suffered in the movie. When the movie started, the guy was homeless. People were mistreating him, including Clarence himself. He was mistreating this guy. This guy suffered until Jesus prayed for him. And after Jesus prayed for him, he managed to change his life. But because he looked like how Jesus would look like, he was mistaken for a fake Messiah. That is why he was nailed to a cross. He was the true victim in that movie. So when Clarence said, we need enlightenment, not punishment, that guy realized that Clarence might be naive. That guy said, good luck with that. Because he knew that Clarence was naive. What do you mean we need enlightenment, not punishment? When you look at humanity, do you truly think that there is a chance that we might actually become enlightened? When you look at your mom, do you think there's a chance that you might become enlightened? When you look at your best friend, do you think there's a chance that they might become enlightened? Do you really think that we can change for the better? Clarence was right to say that we need enlightenment, not punishment. He was right. That's what we've always needed. We needed to be able to see things as they really are. We wouldn't be punishing people if we were able to see things as they really are, if we were able to understand their truth, understand their pain, to understand their struggle, if we were intellectually honest. You wouldn't see a gay person and feel like that person is a sinner and you must make them miserable because they're gay. An enlightened person will never say anything bad to a person for being gay. A person who's enlightened wouldn't treat someone poorly because of their skin color. A person who's enlightened wouldn't treat an animal poorly because it's just an animal. A person who's enlightened wouldn't be misogynistic. So it's true. We need enlightenment, not punishment. A judge is not better than a criminal. A judge is just lucky. A judge is just luckier than a criminal. It's like if I was very handsome and I made fun of other guys because, well, I'm so handsome. You know what I mean? Like, hey, look at you, man. You have a big nose. No, laugh at them. Oh, look at you. You have big ears. I'll laugh at them. Look at you. You're short. Humans are still children. We don't realize that that's what a judge is actually doing. When a judge says, oh, you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that, and you deserve to be punished, that's exactly what they're doing. They're just pointing out the things that are not perfect about a person, and they believe that that person must be punished. You see the problem? That is not different from looking at a person who's ugly and pointing out their imperfections and believing that they must suffer because of their imperfections. What you must always remember is that no one asked to be born. What does that really mean? It means we didn't choose our parents. We didn't choose the environment we're going to grow up in. We didn't choose the kind of challenges that we're going to face. We didn't choose our level of intelligence. We're all just trying to survive. That is the truth. We're all just trying to survive because we are all programmed to want to survive. Some people will break the rules. Some people will not do what we expect them to do. But that doesn't mean that we're better than them. Because if we were them, we would actually do the same things that we hate them for doing. You understand that? What you must realize is that that person that you hate was once a baby. That person that you hate was once a baby. The person that you hate was once innocent. That person grew up in this harsh environment and it turned them into a monster. Do you understand how hard life is? There are people who believe that life is the same for everyone. You look at a person that grew up in the type of environment that you grew up in, and you say, oh, we grew up in the same kind of environment. You know, I managed to do something with my life, or I managed to do the right things, and you chose the wrong way. So you should be blamed. No. Just because two people grew up in the same environment doesn't mean that they experience life the same way. Life isn't the same for everyone. We can grow up in the same environment, but you find that you're being bullied and I'm not being bullied. People love me, people accept me, people understand me, but nobody understands you. Everyone is bullying you. Everyone hates you. You cannot say we had the same lives if we grew up in the same environment, but we were treated differently. What you must realize is that humans are not ready to understand that, and they're incapable of understanding that. I have debated with a lot of people in my life, and I can tell you without any doubt in my mind that many people will never grow up. Many people will never be able to see things as they are. So yes, it makes sense to say we need enlightenment, not punishment. But people will never become enlightened. Maybe if we're able to alter our DNA, maybe we would find a way to become enlightened. But the way that we are right now, there is no hope. There is no hope, because we don't need other people to change us or to force us to change. See, I'm not an internationalist because I was forced to change. I'm an internationalist because I became more conscious than I was when I was younger. I was able to see truth that I wasn't able to see when I was younger. Now, there was a time when I actually wanted to have a baby. There was a time when I was actually homophobic. But I became conscious and started understanding that, hey, people are different. I should allow other people to be themselves so that they will be able to at least enjoy this experience, if it's possible for them to enjoy this experience. they're not going to be able to enjoy this experience if I feel like I must change them, if I laugh at them, if I disrespect them because of their sexual preference. No, the president of Kenya is the president of Kenya, the president of Ghana. Don't really remember. That guy is super homophobic and people are supporting him. It is crazy. I'll be like, bro, if you're going to be a president, right? If you are going to be a leader, you have to accept people as they are. You cannot force people to change. You cannot punish people for being different. Do you understand how horrible that is? And Kenyans or Ghanaians still be having children. Do you think people choose to be gay? Bro, I'm not gay. I cannot choose to be gay. It can't happen. It's not possible. I'm just not attracted to other men. It's just not possible. So I cannot say that a person who's gay chose to be gay. They are who they are. I do not understand them. I did not create them. I don't understand shit, really. I don't even understand my own body. I don't even know what's really going on in my brain. You know, I'm told that there's neurons, whatever. I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know what's going on inside me. You know, like, how can I be so damn arrogant that I feel like I know how another person should be if I'm not that person? We need enlightenment, not punishment. But humans will never grow. I'm telling you. This is us at our best. If there was a time for us to actually evolve, it's now. But you can see that people are not growing. You can see that people have always been like this. Nothing changed. So we will never become enlightened because it's just impossible. We are able to hear things from different perspectives now. I like the fact that YouTube does allow people to speak their minds to a certain degree, you know. We must appreciate that. I know that censorship is real, but for now we're kind of being allowed to, you know, speak our minds, and I love that. So if we wanted to truly understand one another, we would watch videos of people that we don't understand and try to understand them instead of concluding that, hi, this person is wrong, this shouldn't be allowed, blah 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 blah. We're making other people's lives hard because of our beliefs. The reason why I decided to record a video today because I witnessed something that made me realize that I've always been a misanthrope. In the morning, I saw these other kids bullying this other kid. It was like 5 of them bullying this other kid. I didn't do anything. You can blame me for that. I didn't do anything. I just watched these kids bully that kid. The reason why I didn't do anything is because I saw this other lady coming, and I thought she was gonna do something because she seemed like she was the mother of one of the kids there. She didn't do anything, and they left that kid crying, and I tried to talk to that kid. I realized the way that I felt is the way that I've always felt when I saw that happening. I was like, we never really grow up. You wanna know what happens? When we become older, because we know that we cannot bully other people because, well, there's gonna be consequences, we treat them in a way that's not so different from bullying them, but then we know that there's not going to be consequences. You know what I mean? Like, for an example, if we don't like someone, we're going to gossip about them. We're going to make shit up about them, spread rumors about them. Because, well, there's not really going to be consequences. You're not going to get arrested for spreading rumors about someone, right? But we never really grow up. We just become big babies. And if there was no law, we will continue to bully one another until we die. What's there to love about that? What's there to love about that? I've always been a misanthrope, but a different kind of misanthrope. I don't want humans to suffer. I don't want my enemies to suffer. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just don't want to be around people because I can see that we're sick. I can see that we'll never become better. Like I was saying to you, that I've debated with a lot of people and I've realized that they will never change. There's no hope for them. We were created to operate at this level of awareness, and that's it. We're supposed to be racist. We're supposed to be misogynistic. We're supposed to be tribalistic, if that's a word. We're supposed to be speciesistic. I'm just making words up now. You know what I mean? Like, this is exactly how we're supposed to be. Like, we can't change that about ourselves. But the question is, what's there to love about that? You know, I've always felt like I must try my best to work hard so that I will be in a better situation, so that even if bad things happen to me, I will have something to fall back on. Because society doesn't give a fuck. Like, we live in a world where no one cares about you. For real. No one really wants to help you. If you fall, no one is willing to extend their hand and say, hey, grab my hand. We don't live in a society like that. You are all on your own. If you lose everything, you're on your own, and you know that. You lose your job, you're on your own. We're not helping one another. We are competing with one another. What's to love about that? Jealous of one another. This person cannot do better than me. This person cannot have this. What's to love about that? When you really think about it, if we were truly enlightened, we wouldn't even love ourselves. Because there are a lot of things wrong with us. There are a lot of things that we need to change about ourselves, and I don't think we're capable of changing these things about ourselves. The game that we're playing is not good, and a lot of people are suffering. A lot of innocent people are suffering because of the game that we're playing, and we do not even realize that that is what is happening. We keep on bringing new people into existence, and they have to go through hell because of us, because we don't think as deeply as we should. and it seems like we're not capable of thinking as deeply as we should. It seems like we're not capable of seeing the truth. If Jesus existed, would you say he loved humanity? I know what you're thinking. No, he loved humanity. Of course, he loved humanity. I mean, he died for our sins. He didn't. He wouldn't have died for our sins if he loved us. I want to explain something. He died for our sins because he wanted us to change, right? He wanted us to change because he didn't love us as we were. He knew there was something wrong with us. So he wanted us to change so that he would be able to love us. He knew that there was something wrong with humanity. So he wanted to teach us what he felt was going to help us change. What he felt was going to help us become better. But, well, apparently he failed. I mean, if he did exist, but those stories are made up. But what I'm trying to show you is that if you were truly enlightened, you wouldn't love humanity because we suck. We really do suck. You wouldn't want humanity to suffer. You wouldn't want anyone to suffer. You would even try to help people grow. You will try to help people grow, but that wouldn't mean that you love them. That would mean that you see that they're struggling and they're going to cause a lot of suffering and they don't even know what they're doing. I remember Clarence, when he was nailed to a cross, he said, "We're all just men and women. Most of us don't know what we're doing." I felt that. Most of us don't know what we're doing. It's like we're crazy. But because most of us are crazy, crazy is normal. Do you understand how crazy we are? In the last video that I published, I was talking about how this could actually be a prison planet. Some people do believe this is a prison planet, but they don't look at things the way that I look at things. Because the way that I look at things is that, okay, this is a prison planet and we're trapped here, not because we've done something wrong. We're trapped here because there are beings that want to, feed from our negative energy. So they manipulate things so that we'll keep on, releasing this negative energy that they want to feed from. Some people who actually believe that this is a prison planet actually believe that there are other planets out there full of humans. Or maybe not humans, but humanoid aliens. We are fucked up. And they decided to put us on Earth because they realized that we can't live with them because we are too fucked up. They looked at us and they were like, no. The same way that we've put animals in one place because we know that if we allow them to live with us, they're going to keep on eating us. Some people actually believe that Earth is a prison planet. They put us here because they know that, well, we are fucked up and there's nothing that they'll be able to do to help us. Maybe if they keep on sending messiahs, sending Buddha, sending Jesus, sending Sadhguru, no, if they keep on sending spiritual teachers, maybe we'll evolve, but there is no hope, man. There is no hope. What I've realized is that people do not wake up because someone preached to them, or someone told them something true and they started to wake up. I think people wake up because they are capable of waking up. And when they hear the truth, because they were already woke, they are able to understand the truth. But we are our own saviors. Like, no one can wake you up. You can sit down with a person and try to talk to them for many years. Try to make them see the truth, and they will never be able to see the truth if they're not capable of waking up. And what I've realized is that most humans are just not capable of waking up. Most humans will continue to cause unnecessary suffering in this world. How can we love that? How can I love the fact that we're killing one another? There are soldiers who do not mind killing innocent people. How can I love that? How can I love the fact that we are greedy? We want to become very powerful so that we will be able to control other people. What's there to love about that? How can I love the fact that we want to be special? You want to be special. You want to be above everyone else so that people can worship you. How can I love that? How can I love the fact that some people hate people because of their skin color? What's there to love about that? How can I love the fact that some people believe that I must burn in hell for eternity just because I genuinely do not believe in their religion? I'm not pretending as if I don't believe in their religion. I'm actually honest about my beliefs, and I'm telling them that I don't believe, I'm not convinced. And they say, you deserve to burn in hell for eternity. How can I love that level of ignorance? How can I love the fact that we're not willing to change? Our beliefs are attached to our egos now. Each and every person who's religious wants their religion to be true. It's no longer about what is actually true. People who believe in Christianity want Christianity to be true. People who believe in Islam want Islam to be true. So even if they see that something doesn't add up, they'll still continue to believe in their religion because they want it to be true. It's about power now. How can I love that? How can I love the fact that we're not honest with ourselves? People lie to themselves. How can I love that? How can I love the fact that we're not honest with other people? How can I love the fact that we're indoctrinating children? Brainwashing children, forcing them into slavery. How can I love that? How can I love the fact that we're judging one another every day? Judging one another, mistreating one another because of the judgments in our head. This reminds me of this movie that I watched 2 days back. It's called Dream. It's called Dream Something, starring Nicolas Cage. It's called Dream Something. It's an interesting movie. You should watch it. It's a very interesting movie. I haven't seen a movie like that before. It's very interesting movie. People started dreaming about this guy. I think his name was Paul, played by Nicolas Cage. Started dreaming about him. People just started dreaming about him. Even people who have never met him in their lives, they'll just dream about him. And one day, his ex-girlfriend saw him, and she went up to him and told him, "Yo, I was dreaming about you. You know? In fact, I've been dreaming about you a lot, and I would actually want to write an article about it." Yeah, I agreed. She wrote an article about it, and a lot of people said, "Hey, we've been dreaming about the same guy." Like that's funny. We've been dreaming about the same guy, and he was weird. Like he was this professor with beard. He was just weird. Everything about it was weird. And they said, well, in a dream, he was just standing there and doing nothing. And horrible things would be happening in a dream. And they'll be getting chased by people that would want to kill them, and he would just be standing. He would just appear and just stand there and look at them. He became famous because of that. Became very famous. People started interviewing him. But something happened. The dreams started to change. He became violent in the dreams. He started attacking them, abusing them, stabbing them, and they started to hate him because of how they perceived him, because of what they've created in their heads. These are the perspectives that they created in their head about him, the stories that they've created in their head about him. They started to hate him. They started to mistreat him because of the stories that they've created in their heads about him. Doesn't that sound familiar? Isn't that what we do as people when we judge other people? Do you really think there's a person that you truly understand in this world? Do you think there's a person that you truly understand? That you are truly qualified to judge? I often tell people that I have never seen a person who actually understands judge someone. You judge someone just because you do not understand them. You can never judge a person that you understand. Because you understand them. You will get it. You'll be like, oh, it's sad that this guy ended up doing this, but I get it. You understand. This society ain't it, man. It's not working. It's never gonna work. It has never worked. That is why a lot of people who are conscious hate this experience, Feels like they're in prison. I mean, imagine being locked up in prison with psychos, with rapists, killers. How would you feel? Yeah, you're this person that doesn't want to do anything horrible, and they look you up with this kind of people. How do you think you would feel? Do you think you'll be able to survive? Do you think that you'll enjoy your experience in prison? Or they'll torture you? Because you're not like them. You are treating them well, but they are not treating you well. You understand the problem? You are treating them well, but they're not treating you well because they're operating at a very low level of consciousness. Most of y'all who are watching this video are very conscious. I believe that. But you've had to live with people that were not conscious. People who would steal from you. People who borrow money from you and never return it. People who would hate you for no reason. People who would tell lies about you, make other people hate you. People who would make your life hard just because they hate you. They don't try to even figure out why they hate you. You know, there are some people who hate you because they feel insecure around you. But they don't even realize that, hey, I'm just insecure and I need to work on myself. Why do I feel insecure around this person? What should I do to work on myself and actually become better? Some people can't even process their emotions. Can't blame them. That's how they are. But you can't love them either because they suck. Can't blame them, but you can't love them. You want them to grow. You want them to become better. Because this is not working. You don't want to live in a world full of people who are unconscious, people who will judge you, people who will lie about you for no good reason. You don't want to live in a world like that. You don't want to live with people like that. There's a reason why when most people become conscious, they actually prefer being by themselves. Like, it's hard for people to become conscious and have to live with other people like that. It's hard. Because the more conscious you become, the more people are going to judge you. This is something that's happening everywhere. If you're going to become more conscious, then people that you live with, they're going to judge you by default. They're not going to realize that you're more conscious than them and actually want to reach your level of consciousness. No. They'll single you out, judge you, hate you, mistreat you, because you no longer fit in, you know. You are an outcast. And you know how society treat people who don't fit in. It started when we were young. We bullied the kids that did not fit in. I do believe that the kid that I saw getting bullied today did not fit in. That's why the kid was bullied. The other kids were just cheering, like they didn't have a problem. That's how we are as humans. We're just big babies doing the same things that we were doing when we were young, abusing people. What's there to love about that? Yes, we make great music. Yes, we make great movies. The Book of Clarence it's a brilliant movie. I really love that movie. I don't know how many times I've watched it. It's a brilliant movie. But we make great music because we want to be loved, right? We make great movies because we want to be loved. Are we selfless? Do we really care about one another? Can I really love a person simply for existing? I see a person and I'm like, that person exists. I love them. Why is it that I love people who are doing well? Why is it hard to love a person who has nothing? Why is it hard to love a person that I cannot benefit from? Why are we like that? You know how many guys are lonely in the world right now because they have nothing? And women are like, hey, we're just gonna fight for the 10% that has everything. We don't give a fuck about the other guys. That's life. That's how we are. You can't blame women for that because we are also like that as men. We want the most good looking females we can get. I remember this stand up comedian, forgot his name, it's funny. He was saying that your man is only with you because you're the best he can do right now. If your man won the lottery, he'll leave. He would hate everything about you. He would sneeze and he would hate you for it. Like he would just hate everything about you. Like he's with you now because you're the best that he can do. So if I see a man with an ugly woman, that will be that I know that he's not doing well in life. I thought that was funny. It's painful, but it's funny as well, and it's true. You know, in most cases, that's how it is. You know, the more powerful you are, the more women are gonna want you, and you're gonna have options. So you're gonna select the most good-looking woman. It's true, but that guy really killed me with that. Said, "Oh, if if I want to see how successful a man is, I'll just have to look at his woman. If she's ugly, I know he's not doing well." That was really funny. That cracked me up. But the truth is, man, we don't really love one another as people. You know, we lie to ourselves about love. Oh, I love you so much. I've never met anyone like you. Blah blah blah. No, you love yourself so much, and that person that you're with makes you feel good. It's all about you. It was never about them. So we cannot love people for them. You see, we cannot love people simply for existing. And when I talk about love, some people will say something like, "Oh, what about the love of a mother?" Like, that's still selfish. Why can't mothers love other children, children that are in their years? Why can't they adopt? They just love themselves. If you really think about it, you just love themselves because they believe that their children are extensions of themselves. So it's still selfish. It isn't really what we think love is. It's like we know what love should be, but it isn't that. So we lie to ourselves. We don't love each other, man. It's nothing. There's nothing really special about us. We are just trying to survive in this world, and we're doing the best that we can to survive. You know, to have the things that we want, to make our lives easy. What's there to love about that? We're not selfless. I remember I came across a video on TikTok yesterday about this lady that scammed people by lying to them. She said that she met this other homeless guy. She didn't have money to do something, and he gave her $20. He gave her his last $20. So she posted the story online, and the story blew up. And she asked for donations for that guy, and people started donating. She ended up making like $500,000. I mean, that's a lot of money. She helped that guy, that homeless guy, gave him some money, maybe 75,000, and the rest of the money was hers and her boyfriend. They spent the money, and then some few months later, someone saw that guy and begging the street again. We're like, "Oh, what happened to you? I mean, you had a lot of money. Or what happened?" And the guy said, "Well, the lady took all the rest of the money. That's why he's in the street. And then they started to investigate, figure out what happened. They realized that, oh, even the guy, the homeless guy, he was really homeless, but he didn't give her $20. It was all a scam. It was all a scam. She just wanted to make money. You want to know why people decided to donate and give the donate, give that guy money? Is because they thought he was better. Like, we want to be better. We want people to be selfless. So we saw that guy and we're like, oh wow, he's something else. He decided to give someone who has everything money. He was so selfless. So they decided to help him, but well, it was all a lie. Human beings are not like that. We wanted that to be true so bad that we didn't even try to investigate, try to figure out what really happened. We just decided to believe that. Because we suck. We know that we suck. So we thought that was special because we know human beings are not like that. I mean, you can ask money from people who really have it and they won't give you. I mean, sometimes they do give you, but it's rare. Think about it. If we cared about one another in this world, if we cared about one another in this world, will there be people living in villages where there's no water? Where there's no electricity? Think about it. There are billionaires in this world, bruh. Remember what Mr. Beast did? I like the fact that he did that, but I hated the fact that things were like that. Things were so bad that someone like him had to help. People who can really help are not helping. And people still want to bring children into this world. Doesn't make any sense. What we need is real enlightenment, but it seems like people will never become enlightened. They'll never be able to see things as they are. They're going to continue to perpetuate their own suffering and wonder why they are suffering, wonder why their children are suffering. Your children are suffering because, well, you're bringing them into a world of suffering. Don't you see that this world is not good? Don't you see that this world does not deserve your children? That's how I feel all the time. This world does not deserve my children. This world doesn't deserve my children, bro. Sometimes when I see children, I do think of kids that I could have brought into this world. Like my child will be like that child, and I'd feel sad. Like I'd feel sad. Like, wow, imagine if I brought a child into this world. They have to go through this nonsense because of me, because of my arrogance, because of my ignorance. I 100% appreciate the fact that I've suffered, because the worst mistake that I could have possibly made, I didn't make that mistake. This world is cruel. Just that I'm used to it, and I'm getting old, right? I'm 30, so I'm getting old. I mean, sometimes I feel like my worst days are over because I'm no longer as ignorant as I was, and I don't really want much. Like when I was growing up, I wanted a lot of things. I was confused. When you're waking up, starting to realize that the religion that you were following isn't even real. Like you confused. You go through a lot. Like it's not easy to wake up, man. I I've been waking up for too long, really. So it's only now that I'm like, hey, man, I didn't make mistakes because I've suffered and actually woke up and actually realized that, hey, this isn't it. Anything can happen in this world. I started to think more rationally, which is actually important. People need to think rationally. We have a lot of power. You have the power to bring someone into existence. That's a lot of power for humans because we don't know what we're doing. You see, you can bring a person into this world and you don't even know what this world is. That's why I say it's a lot of power. We shouldn't have that kind of power because we're too ignorant. At least if we knew what this was about, I think it's raining. At least if we knew what this is about, at least if we knew what this was about, at least if we were able to justify this, I would say, hey, at least. But we don't know anything, bro. We do not know anything. And we lie to these children, depending on where they are born. If they're born in South Africa, because majority of black people believe in Christianity, I'm going to tell them that, hey, there's God, created us. He created Adam and Eve. And kids who are smart will ask, hey, what race was Adam and Eve? They were white. Oh, so where do other races come from? It's crazy that we believe the weirdest things. I want to bring children into our madness. We're mad. We're so mad that we think people who are actually sane are mad. People who can actually help us. People who are actually right. We think these people are mad. We love those that are mad, that are more mad than we are. Because, well, we mad. This is not it, man. This is unlovable. If I met the aliens that are behind this, there's a chance that it's aliens that are behind all this, really. I think I'm going to talk about that in the next video that I'll publish. I'll tell them that, hey, man, y'all gotta end this project, this whatever you were trying to do. Like, it's not a success, bro. Like, there's no hope. Do you understand that if they took us to a planet that's 10 times bigger than Earth, where we'll have everything, we'll find a way to turn that planet into Earth. We'll find a way to enslave other people. would find a way to torture other people. Like, we are just flawed. You understand? That's the problem. We are flawed. No matter what they give us, we are flawed. This is not going to work. You know what I will tell, like if I met these aliens that are behind this, what I will tell them is that, all right, look, there are some people who are operating at a certain level of consciousness. They seem to be enjoying this experience, right? But there are some highly conscious beings. I'm one of them. And there are a lot of people who watch my videos that I know are highly conscious. So can you make sure that people who are highly conscious don't ever come back here? Maybe it's just for those people. Maybe they love it because, well, they're operating at a level of consciousness where this makes sense to them. It's like when I was young, I liked doing certain things. I was young, I was a child, but I grew up. I cannot do the things that I used to do when I was a child. So what I feel like is happening is that we are being forced to play games that we no longer want to play because we are too conscious now. And that's what's messed up about having children, because you can have a child that's very conscious and they will suffer in this world because we suck. People suck, you know, and they're going to suffer worse than other people because they're too conscious, and people who are conscious are judged a lot in our society. They are hated, they're mistreated. That's what happens. So they end up suffering a lot. The people who wrote about Jesus, I think they were inspired by life itself, like what they were seeing happening. They saw people who were more conscious than other people, you know, getting crucified. So because Jesus was more conscious than other people, they figured, well, he'll get crucified, so they should write a story about him actually ending up getting crucified. That will make sense, because that's how it always happens. You see, the more conscious you are, the more people are going to persecute you. That's how it works. So that's the thing, man. That's the thing. So maybe this world is just for people who are not conscious. You know, maybe they love it here. So maybe only those kind of people should be here and be fighting or doing all the nonsense that humans do. That's fine. That's what they want. So who am I to be like, hey, this world must end for you just because I think it's ridiculous? My problem is that there will be people like me who will be born here and who will be forced to witness the nonsense that's going on. You see the real problem? And that is suffering, and that is unnecessary suffering. That is the real problem. So this is not working, man. Something is wrong with humanity, and it isn't something that can be fixed unless they'll alter our DNA, you know. But even then, I don't think that will really change much. We just suck, you know. So I guess that's why I'm a misanthrope. I don't think there's hope. I don't think we can change. Like no matter what no matter what happens, you know. Like no matter what they tell us, even if, because I used to say that we need the truth and all that, but here's the thing: even if they told us the truth, let's just say there are some people in this world who really know the truth, and they decided that they want to tell us the truth because they feel guilty. They're like, you know what? Let's tell these people the truth because they've suffered and they're lying to one another and all that. Maybe they deserve the truth. I don't believe that if they told us the truth, things will be better. I don't think we'll change. Man, like, I'm completely hopeless. I appreciate the fact that there are people who are conscious, man. That's what I appreciate, because hey, people are unconscious, bro, and that makes this experience more horrible than it should be. Thank you all, guys.